Great. Our next video, we're gonna have our feet shoulder width apart. We're gonna bend down at the hips here, keeping our back straight. Let our arms hang down loose. And we're gonna just turn the arms, punching down towards the floor. Okay? And we wanna try to use our back as much as possible. So we're really trying to get at the muscles back here. So I'm gonna do this standing up, backwards if you see. Really try to move the back as my arms are going out. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the side angle, bend, and really try to rotate in the shoulder and use the back as much as possible. Okay, a common mistake beginners do is they want to bend their elbows. Okay, there's only a very slight bend in the elbows. Really want to turn more than anything else. Okay, good. Our next warm-up exercise, we're gonna stand with our feet close, our feet together. We're gonna rise the hands up. We're gonna open and close. Okay. Our next warm-up, our feet are together. Bring our hands up, open and close the chest. So really focusing on opening and closing the chest. We don't want to just do the arms. Really want to focus sinking in and expanding. Closing, expanding. Okay, so with both arms, open and close. Open and close. Open, close, open and close. Good. Next is inspect the horse's mouth, it's called. So our feet are together. We bring our one hand here in the center, the other hand out. We sink to one foot, step out the left. Again, we're gonna do our shifting. We're gonna shift and we're gonna reach our right hand towards our left hand. Then we're gonna shift back and reach back. Okay. Notice my left hand kind of stays in place. That means I need to bend my elbow in order to keep it there. Okay. If I didn't bend my elbow, my left hand would be moving. But it's not. So I bend my elbow in order to keep it in the same location as I reach with my right hand. Also, for these warm-up exercises, we want to make sure our feet are pointing straight ahead. Okay? And just like in shifting, which I mentioned in another video, you don't want to rise up and down. You want to try to keep the head nice and level. Okay? So after we do a few on that side, we'll go to the other side. Hand center, other hand out, elbow slightly bent. We sink into one leg. That allows us to pick up the right other leg, and then we shift side to side as we reach towards the right hand. Okay, good. Next warm-up exercise, we're gonna actually again bend at the hips, keep the back flat, and we're gonna swing our arms forward. If you notice, my hand palms are out at this point, and they come back. So we're loosening up the shoulder, and we're actually tugging slightly at our tailbone. So I'm gonna do this from the side. Bend at the hips again, up. You see, notice my tailbone, as I come up, my tailbone is out, protruding out a little bit, the other side. You also want to look forward, you don't want to look down. Just make sure you're looking at a spot, maybe around 45 degrees in front of you. Okay, good. Our last warm-up exercise are elbows. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a big step and we go into a bow stance. So if you remember, the bow stance looks kind of like this, right? So when we go into the elbows, we're going to go into a bow stance, we're going to clear with one hand, and the other arm is going to come around and do the elbow. We're going to shift back, turn our waist, clear, elbow. We do this several times. The important part of this exercise is actually turning the waist and shifting the weight forward and back. Okay, after we've done several of those, we go to the other side. So again, big step, foot points forward, clear, the back foot points at a 45 degrees in a good bow stance, and we elbow with the other hand. So shifting back and forth. Okay, common mistakes for the elbow is not turning the back foot in enough. Okay, so what happens is if my back foot is still pointing out, I'm not able to get a full rotation on the waist. So what I need to do is bring that foot in so I can fully rotate. Okay, again, without the rotation, it's really hard for me to get the elbow across. But once I turn that back foot in, I'm easily able to get the elbow all the way around. So the elbow, you want to kind of point forward. Shift the weight back and elbow. Back and elbow. All right, and that concludes our warm-ups. Our next videos will be going through some of the waist, loosening up the waist exercises. Thank you.